blood doesn't lie. But family? Family will tear you apart from the inside out. And what you're about to witness is the most devastating family implosion in WWE history. The tribal chief has crossed a line that can never be uncrossed, and the fallout is going to shake the entire wrestling world to its core. Before we dive into this absolute chaos, I need you to do something for me. This story, this moment we're about to break down together, it's bigger than just another wrestling angle. This is legacy, this is generational pain, this is real emotion bleeding through the scripted violence. And if you care about wrestling, if you care about storytelling that grabs you by the throat and doesn't let go, then you need to be part of the SLAMZONE family. Hit that subscribe button right now. Smash that notification bell because when stories like this unfold, you need to be here with us, feeling every single moment. Drop a comment below and tell me what you think is going to happen next, because trust me, nobody saw this coming. Nobody. Let's set the stage. The Bloodline, the most dominant faction in modern WWE history. A family bound not just by blood, but by honor, tradition, and the weight of a legacy that spans generations. The Anoa'i family has given us legends. The Rock, Yokozuna, Rikishi, the Usos. And at the head of this modern empire sat Roman Reigns, the self-proclaimed tribal chief, wearing the ulafala, commanding respect and fear in equal measure. For over 3 years, Reigns ruled WWE with an iron fist, and the bloodline stood behind him, unbreakable, unstoppable, untouchable. But then something shifted. Solo Sikoa, the enforcer, the street dog of the bloodline, he started getting ideas. While Roman was away, Solo started making moves. He brought in Tama Tonga. He brought in Tonga Loa. And then, in June 2024, he unleashed something that nobody was ready for. The Samoan werewolf. Jacob Fatu. 280 pounds of absolute destruction, moving like a cruiserweight, hitting like a freight train. When Jacob Fatu walked through that curtain and laid waste to Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton, and Kevin Owens, the entire WWE universe felt a shift in power. This wasn't just another member of the bloodline. This was something different. Something dangerous. And you could see it in Roman's eyes when he finally came back. That moment on SmackDown when Roman returned, when he stood face to face with Solo, when he looked at Jacob Fatu, you could feel the tension through the screen. This wasn't just about leadership. This wasn't just about the ulafala or who gets to call themselves the tribal chief. This was personal. This was family turning on family, and Roman Reigns knew that the monster Solo had brought in, his own cousin, might be the one weapon that could actually dethrone him. The crowd was electric that night. You could feel the energy pulsing through the arena as Roman's music hit. The original tribal chief making his return, walking down that ramp with purpose, with that intensity that has defined his reign. The audience was on their feet, chanting his name, and for the first time in years, Roman Reigns was walking into a fight as the underdog, as the man who had to prove himself all over again. Because Solo Sikoa had taken his throne. Solo had taken the ulafala. And Solo had an army that was younger, hungrier, and maybe, just maybe, more dangerous than anything Roman had faced before. When Roman got in that ring, when he stared down Solo Sikoa, the intensity was suffocating. These two men, family, bound by blood and tradition, now standing on opposite sides of a war that only one of them could win. Solo tried to talk, tried to justify his actions, tried to explain that he was the tribal chief now, that he had earned this position while Roman was gone. But Roman wasn't hearing any of it. With one swift motion, Reigns attacked, and the entire arena exploded. Punches flying, bodies colliding, and for a moment, it looked like the original tribal chief was going to reclaim his throne right then and there. Tama Tonga tried to intervene. Roman took him out with a Superman punch that echoed through the building. Tonga Loa came rushing in. Roman sent him flying over the top rope like he was nothing. Solo was reeling, backing into the corner, and the crowd was losing their minds. This was the Roman Reigns they remembered. The unstoppable force. The head of the table. And then, just as Roman was about to deliver the final blow to Solo, just as he was reaching down to pick up the ulafala that had been dropped in the chaos, everything changed in the blink of an eye. Jacob Fatu struck like lightning. One moment Roman was standing tall, victorious, and the next moment he was crumpled on the mat, Jacob Fatu standing over him like a predator over prey. The impact of that superkick, the way Roman's body went limp, the way the entire arena went silent for just a split second before the shock turned into noise, it was one of those moments that you'll remember forever. This wasn't just a typical beatdown. This was a statement. This was Jacob Fatu showing Roman Reigns that he wasn't just another member of the bloodline. He was the difference maker. He was the weapon that could end Roman's reign once and for all. And what happened next was brutal. Absolutely brutal. Solo Sikoa got back to his feet, and you could see the fire in his eyes. The new bloodline surrounded Roman like sharks circling wounded prey. Tama Tonga, Tonga Loa, Solo Sikoa, and Jacob Fatu, all standing over the man who had once led them, who had once commanded their respect. And then they lifted him up. Triple powerbomb. Right through the announce table. The sound of wood splintering, the impact shaking the entire ringside area, and Roman Reigns lying in the wreckage, destroyed, defeated, humiliated in front of the world. The crowd was in shock. Absolute shock. You could hear the gasps, the disbelief, the anger from Roman supporters, and the twisted cheers from those who wanted to see the empire fall. And Solo Sikoa stood in the ring, holding the ulafala high above his head, Jacob Fatu at his side, and the message was clear. The old regime was dead. The new bloodline had arrived. And Roman Reigns, the man who had dominated WWE for over 1,000 days as Universal Champion, was left broken and alone. But here's where the story gets even deeper, even more twisted. Because what we witnessed wasn't just a beatdown. What we witnessed was the beginning of a truth bomb that's about to explode across the entire WWE universe. Roman Reigns, in the aftermath of that attack, started asking questions. Started digging into Jacob Fatu's past. Started looking into the real reason why Solo brought him into the bloodline. And what Roman discovered, the truth that he's now threatening to expose, it could destroy everything. See, Jacob Fatu isn't just another member of the Anoa'i family. His history, his background, the path he took to get to WWE, it's complicated. Jacob Fatu was a king on the independent circuit, the longest reigning MLW World Heavyweight Champion in history, holding that title for 819 days of absolute dominance. But his journey to WWE was delayed. There were legal issues. There were problems that kept him away. And when Solo Sikoa brought him in, when Jacob Fatu finally made his debut, there were whispers, rumors about what really happened during those missing years, about the deals that were made, about the compromises that were struck. And Roman Reigns, the calculating, manipulative mastermind that he is, he's been gathering evidence. He's been talking to people. He's been building a case against Jacob Fatu that could expose secrets that were supposed to stay buried forever. Now let me be clear, I don't have all the details yet. Nobody does. But the tension between Roman and Jacob, the way Roman looks at him now, it's not just about competition. It's not just about who's the better wrestler. There's something personal here. Something that cuts deeper than just family loyalty or the bloodline code. The WWE universe is buzzing with speculation. What does Roman know? What is he planning to reveal? And more importantly, how is Jacob Fatu going to respond when the truth comes out? Because if there's one thing we know about the Samoan werewolf, it's that he doesn't back down from anything. He doesn't show fear. And he certainly doesn't let anyone, not even the original tribal chief, dictate his legacy. If you're as invested in this story as I am, if you're sitting on the edge of your seat wondering what's going to happen next, then you need to stay connected with SLAMZONE. Hit that like button right now. Subscribe if you haven't already. And most importantly, comment below with your theories. What do you think Roman Reigns has on Jacob Fatu? What secret could be so devastating that it would shake the bloodline to its core? I read every single comment, and I want to hear from you because this is our community, our wrestling family, and we break down these stories together. The implications of this revelation, whatever it turns out to be, they're massive. Think about it. If Roman Reigns exposes something that delegitimizes Jacob Fatu's position in the bloodline, if he can turn the WWE universe against Jacob, or worse, if he can turn the bloodline members against each other, then he's back in control. He's back on top without even having to physically defeat them. That's the genius of Roman Reigns. He doesn't just beat you in the ring. He breaks you psychologically. He destroys your reputation, your credibility, your very identity, and then when you're at your lowest, that's when he strikes the final blow. But Jacob Fatu isn't someone you can easily break. This is a man who survived the independent wrestling scene for years, grinding, building his reputation match by match, promotion by promotion. He's overcome obstacles that would have crushed lesser men. Legal problems, personal struggles, the pressure of living up to the Anoa'i name while trying to forge his own path. Jacob Fatu has been through hell and came out the other side stronger, meaner, more determined than ever. So if Roman thinks he can just expose some truth and watch Jacob crumble, he might be making the biggest mistake of his career. And that's what makes this story so compelling. We're not watching a simple good versus evil storyline. We're watching a complex, layered family drama where everybody has blood on their hands, where everybody has secrets, where loyalty is tested every single day, and where the line between right and wrong doesn't exist anymore. Solo Sikoa believes he's doing the right thing, leading the bloodline into a new era. Jacob Fatu believes he's earned his place through sheer dominance and undeniable talent. And Roman Reigns believes that he's still the rightful leader, the tribal chief, the head of the table, and that everything Solo has built is nothing more than a house of cards waiting to collapse. The next few weeks are going to be explosive. Roman has promised to reveal the truth about Jacob Fatu's real identity, his real motivations, his real allegiances. And when he does, when that bomb drops, the fallout is going to be catastrophic. Will the bloodline survive? Can Jacob Fatu weather the storm? Will Solo Sikoa be able to keep his faction together? Or will Roman Reigns once again prove that he's the smartest, most ruthless, most unstoppable force in all of WWE? What we're witnessing isn't just a power struggle. It's a war for the soul of the Anoa'i legacy. It's a battle that will define the next generation of this family dynasty. And whoever comes out on top, whoever survives this nuclear meltdown, they won't just be the tribal chief. They'll be the ultimate survivor, the one who stood tall when everything around them burned to the ground. The WWE is in panic mode right now because they know what's coming. They know that when Roman Reigns decides to drop this truth bomb, the shockwaves will be felt across the entire industry. Ratings will spike. Social media will explode. And the wrestling world will be talking about nothing else for months. This is the kind of storyline that transcends wrestling, the kind of drama that pulls in casual fans and hardcore fans alike, the kind of moment that becomes legendary. Jacob Fatu has been preparing for this. You can see it in his eyes. He knows what's coming. He knows that Roman is building towards something big, and he's ready. Ready to fight, ready to defend himself, ready to prove that no matter what secrets Roman digs up, no matter what truths are revealed, he belongs in the bloodline. He belongs at the top of WWE. And he's not going to let anyone, especially not Roman Reigns, take that away from him. The tension is unbearable. Every SmackDown, every promo, every backstage segment, we're all waiting for that moment when everything explodes. When Roman finally says what he's been holding back. When Jacob finally responds. When the bloodline either stands united or crumbles into dust. And the beautiful thing about this story is that no matter what happens, someone's career trajectory is going to change forever. Whether it's Roman reclaiming his throne, Jacob establishing himself as the new face of the bloodline, or Solo proving that he's more than just the enforcer, this story is going to reshape WWE for years to come. So as we stand on the edge of this revelation, as we wait for Roman Reigns to pull the trigger on whatever nuclear truth he's about to drop, I want you to remember this moment. Remember where you were when the bloodline civil war reached its breaking point. Remember the intensity, the emotion, the absolute chaos of watching a family destroy itself from within. Because moments like these, they don't come around often. This is why we love wrestling. This is why we invest our time, our energy, our passion into these stories. Because when it's done right, when the characters feel real and the stakes feel legitimate, there's nothing else like it in the world. Thank you for being here with me on SLAMZONE. If you love this breakdown, if you're as hyped as I am for what comes next, do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button one more time if you somehow haven't already. Share this video with your wrestling friends because they need to be part of this conversation. Drop a comment and let me know who you're rooting for in this war. Are you Team Roman, Team Jacob, Team Solo? Or are you just here to watch the chaos unfold? Whatever your answer, I want to hear it because we're building something special here, a community of wrestling fans who appreciate the drama, the storytelling, and the incredible athleticism that makes this industry so unique. The truth is coming. Jacob Fatu's real identity, his hidden past, his connection to the bloodline, it's all about to be exposed. And when it happens, when Roman Reigns finally speaks those words that can't be taken back, the WWE universe will never be the same. This is SLAMZONE, and we'll be here breaking down every single moment, every twist, every turn of this incredible saga. Stay locked in, stay subscribed, and get ready for the most explosive chapter in bloodline history. This is where legends are made, where careers are defined, where family bonds are tested to their absolute limit, and we're all witnessing it together. The nuclear meltdown is coming, the truth will be revealed, and when the dust settles, only one man will be left standing as the true tribal chief. Who will it be? We're about to find out. Until next time, this is SLAMZONE, acknowledging your passion for the greatest sport in the world. 1, 2, 3, slam.